I feel like the change from League to Cup is pretty good for us since we can have a few tournaments to play throughout the year, and it definitely helps us to improve as a team.
What a short interview, but also meaningful at the same time. So guys, welcome back to the GCM Group Stages, Day 1. My name is Vulcan, with me is Crazy Apple, and we will be your shoutcasters entering the second to the last match. So, what a Day 1 it's been. We've seen tight games, we've seen clutch games, not to mention games that we didn't expect to happen, especially with Team Anything versus Resurgence coming from that match. I gotta say, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah, me too. It really caught me by surprise, especially that we did see the Fiora getting super ahead against the Aatrox, but Shinsekai and company, Resurgence, came back into the game and eventually won.
They knew what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, our Aatrox is like 0-4-0, 3 levels behind. I actually thought that Team Anything, TAT, has it in the bag.
Yeah.
They have what it takes to end it, but it all comes down to how well you can endure punishment, and just goes to show that Resurgence, being a veteran name in the Singapore scene, it all just shows how much they're capable of trying to take away maybe the top 2 spots.
Yeah. And now we're seeing the standings for the day, with Ascension having a clear lead over every other team in Group A with a 2-0 score, while Team Anything and Resurgence both have 1-1, and Mineski falling twice now. We'll see in the last game of the day if they can try and bounce back and at least end the day with at least 1 win.
If they go 0-3, I gotta say their chances of making it towards the semifinals is still there. There's still a probability, but it's gonna be lower and lower if they continue this trend. As for Team Anything, who knows? They can try and take away 1 game from Ascension Gaming, because we will be moving on to match number 5. Second to the last match here with Ascension Gaming versus Resurgence, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's Team Anything. But
it's Team Anything versus
Team Anything versus
Ascension Gaming.
Ascension Gaming. Thank you so much for that, Crazy Apple. But for our viewers out there tuning in right now, we've been very glad that you've joined us towards this journey and how the game has progressed. I gotta say, I have high hopes towards how Southeast Asia will perform in Worlds 2018. If it just goes to show in Group 8, the first day, we already have games like this. This just goes to show how much C has what it takes to maybe be a strong contender in Worlds 2018 in South Korea.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, there's full of surprises in this group. And I remember before we were talking about this group, and some were saying that this is probably the group of death. Anything could go for any team right now, and I'm super excited to see how will Team Anything bounce back from their loss against Resurgence earlier during the previous match, and if Ascension Gaming could probably, end this day with a 3-0. If they do, they're in a really, really good spot to get out of groups.
If this is 3-0 for Ascension Gaming, this could pretty much determine how day 3 of Group A, which is going to be Group A second day, will turn out. So if you look on your screens right now, we can actually show you the schedule for today. As always, we would like to remind the viewers what you guys are looking forward to. Right now, it's going to be our 5th match. Again, second to the last, Team Anything. Yes, Team Anything on the blue side versus Ascension Gaming on the red side. And if you observe Ascension Gaming's run, 2-0 so far.
Yeah, and the 2-0 from Ascension Gaming, both were actually really, really close games. The first was against, it was a really close game against Mineski. The first game against Resurgence, they really showed how dominant, especially G4, on the 2 champions that he has used so far. His Vel'Koz game was super, super strong, and his Rise game also was probably the greatest asset that Ascension had in beating Mineski.
I gotta say, when it comes to being called Kings of the Sea region, it's a title they really uphold, and I think it's more interesting to see how well they can still run through the group stages, because we are ready to almost move on to the drafting phase here, guys. This is match 5 of Team Anything versus Ascension Gaming.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, it's gonna be more on how well can they bring this momentum on, because Ascension Gaming so far, again, undefeated at this point.
Yeah, and if any of you have been tuning in since the start, you might have noticed that there's been a change up in the roster for Team Anything. For the top lane, it's Aaron, that's actually playing right now instead of Shiny.
And you gotta hand it towards Shiny. Did not have a good time. I would say being one of the teams that were being one of the players that was heavily camped, if I was correct.
Yeah, well, he was actually the one who was playing the Fiora earlier
Yes.
against the Aatrox, and he was getting a lot of attention from his own jungler, which that's why Shinsekai was super behind early on. But you know, Resurgence playing around their weakness at the same time, they bounced back and won the game.
And now for Team Anything, opening up our phase 1, guys. You can see here Tom Kench on Aatrox being banned out. So Ascension Gaming, okay, we know that at Aatrox, it's not that good. Not as good as it was before, but we still see it 100% pick or ban so far. So match 5 looks pretty interesting for me because we're seeing Team Anything removing the Camille.
Yeah, and I think this is a smart ban coming from Team Anything because Camille is one of those flex picks, and we were always expecting her to go to the jungle more often, but we've seen that she has been going to the top lane. So I guess it's just Team Anything noticing that Rocky has also been one of the really strong members of Ascension Gaming. So if they can at least take down some of the champions that he can use, especially those that can bully the lane a lot, then that could help Eren to win his matchups.
You know, I gotta hand it towards how Ascension Gaming is planning out their draft. Not only that we're seeing very, very trendy champions on day 1, Shen, Vel'Koz, Aatrox, and even the Tom Kench that actually was one of the tools that really denied Mineski a lot of kills thanks to the saves from the Tom Kench. So looks like Team Anything will be removing even GeForce Vel'Koz, which performed so well in match 1.
Yeah, and this is a respect ban coming from Team Anything. And right now we're waiting for what would be picked here. First pick, probably, I think they would lock in that Zoe because it's the first time that it wasn't banned in the first banning phase.
We always see it. We always, instead of seeing a Vel'Koz, we would normally see TK, Camille, or maybe a Zoe. But this time, Ascension Gaming will think, what can we use to pair or match against this Zoe?
Oh, they switch it up.
It's gonna be a switcheroo. It's not gonna be a Zoe, guys. I thought it would be a mid-priority pick, but looks like it will be a Nocturne.
Yeah, and Chisa has been talking about this champion all day long, and we did see Nocturne being picked in the previous game, being used by Resurgence. Now Team Anything knows the power of this champion. They just saw it earlier, and they now want to use it against Ascension Gaming.
I wonder if this can actually set up the trend that we may see Nocturne more and more, but well, hold that thought for now. We're just in day 1, guys. But Ascension Gaming still making the sweet picks here. Melee support being picked by Ascension Gaming in this current patch. How does it turn out?
Well, if you're gonna pick this melee support, you would not go for as many trades as you would before, since the support items have been nerfed. They're now more expensive at 400 gold, meaning you can only buy 2 health pots. So we'll see how this Alistar would work out for Ascension Gaming. But we see here G4 again locking in that Rise pick.
This is Rise pick. Rise is one of the champions we see most oftenly pick into a safe. I was gonna talk about a safe blind pick, but nothing is better than an Orianna being taken away by Team Anything. I like how this is going.
Oh wait, Team Anything is hovering over that Zillion. I'm actually curious to see if they're gonna lock that in, but at the same time, Team Anything right now their draft is kind of looking the same as what Resurgence picked earlier.
And so far, I mean, Orianna, we know this champion, very safe pick, so it's even a blind pick here, but this time we won't be seeing the Zillion. They did think of it, switch it up to Morgana. So Team Anything, I like how they're using so far. I mean, at this point, we still are waiting on Ascension Gaming. What will they answer? They did pick up the Alistar, and Draven is being hovered. Switch it up. Kai'Sa, one of the marksmen we have yet to see, can be paired well with an Alistar, but what will they pick? It's going to be a Varus.
Yeah, and Varus has been locked in by Ascension Gaming. This pick has been used twice already by Mineski. We'll see if Ascension could have more success on this pick. But going back to Team Anything's first 3 picks, it feels like it's good. They're drafting the first 3 picks have been focused more on how to get this Nocturne to survive and how to get more value out of the ultimate, especially when he goes in. He can have both the Black Shield and the shield coming from the Orianna Ball.
So we gotta wait for that level 6 play. I mean, I want to see Team as anything to really just get most of the value from the Paranite Ultimate. But right now, phase 1 is done. We are now in phase 2, and we are seeing a Trundle being removed because we have yet to see Ascension Gaming picking up a jungler. And now, time's ticking on Ascension Gaming side. What will they finally ban? Will be another marksman here because they have banned out the Ezreal. And yes, they will remove the Kai'Sa, which is normally paired with the Morgana from time to time.
Yeah, and I think they've banned both the Kai'Sa and the Ezreal more of because they don't want Nixar to go against probably a stronger bot lane. Specifically, Ezreal can just keep on surviving in the bot lane, and it's gonna be pretty easy for him to dodge a lot of the engages coming from Rich if he is going to use this Alistar. And we'll see actually also what will be the first pick of the second pick phase for Ascension Gaming.
I'm more curious what Team Anything will use for their marksman in the bot lane, or will it still be a mage? So, other thoughts in your mind? We're seeing a very classic pick here. Loi will be playing Lee Sin, which is still very viable, but the thing about Lee Sin, you gotta help your lanes really win and snowball.
Yeah, at the same time, there's a clear indication of two kinds of Lee Sins. They're the great Lee Sins and they're the meh Lee Sins. So we'll see what kind of Lee Sin Lloyd is, but at the same time, Lee Sin did get buffed in this patch. If I remember, the Q has a different kind of scaling right now. Before, it would deal 8% missing health. Now, it depends on amount of missing health of the target. It would deal up to double the amount of base damage of the Lee Sin Q.
I mean, early damage is what you want, man. Here is something interesting, guys. We know that Ornn is one of the powerful top laners that you can expect in this patch, left open, but we also know that Gragas top can also be a thing. So we're thinking of two things here. I mean, Gragas, the only reason you would actually pick a Gragas is to really disrupt maybe a set such as the Kindred Slams Respite, but we don't see it here, so why pick it? Switch it up, pick up the Ornn, and I think you are actually eyeing the Jhin pick here. Can you tell me more about it, man?
Yeah, so Jhin has been rising in priority lately, especially because I think that he is one of the strong marksmen at this point, and we see G4. This is probably going to G4.
Yes, Assassin, mid lane. You did talk about G4 being this player, being this star for Ascension Gaming, that he is really good in Assassin Champions.
Yeah, and I think earlier we were talking about how he could also use the Fizz, but right now he is playing this LeBlanc, and I am super excited because there are two champions I really love from both teams. One is that LeBlanc, the other is that Jhin in the bot lane, and I would love to see how the matchup in the mid lane would go. Will Zarya would be able to withstand the onslaught of G4 on that LeBlanc?
So here's the thing, we're seeing the Alistar, but we also see the Black Shield. So Team Anything will have a relatively safe laning phase, but not to mention Ascension Gaming's bot lane. Oh, I don't think they'll have an easy time because I'm pretty scared for Rich. I think he's gonna have a lot of abuse, but he does have the passive to help him sustain in the lane.
Yeah, and at the same time, I think in the current state of the meta, you would usually pick melee supports more for the engage potential that they can provide. Since Morgana's Black Shield only affects on one target, if Ascension, if Rich could utilize it effectively, he can get the target that doesn't have the Black Shield. So we'll see how Rich would be able to use this Alistar support in the bot lane to probably get the matchup in their favor.
It's more the fact that we will expect how things will pan out, but it all comes down to execution here, guys. So we've seen the drafting phase, we're seeing a Jhin, we're seeing also a Varus with an Alistar. So yes, you don't pick a melee support to actually win lane. It's more on the fact that you treasure his engage. So before we move on to Summoner's Rift, we want to show you guys the summary of the drafting phase. For those who are just tuning in right now, thank you so much for supporting our English stream here for the Globe Conquerors Manila group stages on day 1 for Group A. So here it is, guys, for those who are just joining us right now, the summary of the draft.
Yeah, and I really love how Ascension did their draft, specifically the Ryze pick. They picked it early, and we were all expecting that it's gonna go in the mid lane on G4 because of his performance previously on the champion. But then again, they flex it to the top lane, which we have been seeing lately in other regions, that Ryze has been going back to the top lane. Specifically, it's going against an Ornn, which is a melee matchup, which is probably a free farming lane for the Rise so he can scale effectively. So we'll see coming into the game how these champions would interact.
And now the question here is, how will this Ornn fare with the Rise in the top lane? So it looks like Ascension Gaming had a lot of flex picks, and Team Anything, I think they have enough tools in terms of, let's say, ultimates. But it's the fact that I think we'll be waiting on how the level 6 will play out.
Yeah.
Team Anything will really wait for that. That's the time where they go online. But as for Ascension Gaming, with that Lee Sin on Lloyd, you would expect a lot of cross-map plays and more aggression from Ascension Gaming.
Yeah, and we've been seeing Lloyd has been super proactive moving around the map. With this Lee Sin pick, he might be more effective in using this champion. And right now, let's get into the game.
I'm excited to see how things will pan out in match 5, guys. So let's see it all come down to execution. This is game 5 of Team Anything on the blue side versus Ascension Gaming. For those fans out there, guys, let us know in the chat box, who are you rooting for? Hashtag TAT win or hashtag ASC win. And if you want to share the fun, the love, of course, use the proper hashtags of hashtag Globe Conquerors Manila, hashtag Globe Gaming, and of course, the reason behind everything, hashtag Road to Worlds. So this is again match 5, and I'm pretty excited to see how Ascension Gaming will perform, because this will be their last game, and who knows, is Ascension Gaming gonna end it with a 3-0?
Yeah, and that is a question right now for us. Will Ascension Gaming will get that 3-0, or will Team Anything stop them from getting that
That'd be a
perfect
big upset.
Yeah, that would be a big upset, just like how earlier for Resurgence and Team Anything, it really looked like Team Anything was about to win that game. But again, if Team Anything gets that one win against Ascension Gaming, this group is just wide open now.
If you put it that way, maybe for the hopes of other teams right now, it all comes down to Team Anything. If they can just upset the balance in the standings here, if they take away one win from Ascension Gaming, Team Anything, can they pull it off? We'll see.
Yeah, and actually it's very curious on the first buys of every champion right now on the field, and Ascension is looking just G4 just using his distortion, just putting deeper wards into the blue side jungle of Team Anything.
And not that much of a surprise coming from the Varus. Next up, we did see Corrupting Potion start from Gary from Mineski. At the same time, for Rebena, I think the Doran's Ring is okay, because you know that he's going to be poking a lot.
Yeah, and I think the prevalence of Corrupting Potion being used by a lot more champions in Summoner's Rift lately has been because of the Inspiration Tree. There's this Time Warp Tonic. It gives more movement speed and also prolongs the effects of your potion. So it's a really efficient buy if you also have that mastery.
And so far, we're looking at the keystone of this Jhin here. We will be seeing a Hail of Blades.
Yeah, and this has been the more popular Keystone Mastery that's been being used on Jhin lately, because it provides a lot of damage whenever he procs that Hail of Blades. And in the top lane, it just feels bad for Aaron at this point, because he's a melee champion against a Rise.
Yep, and oddly enough, we're seeing his keystone. It will actually be the Ares. So he is going for more damage, but at the same time, will give up some tankiness. But I mean, in the end, he really can't reach Rise for some trades, especially if he went Grasp. He can't even touch the Rise. So let alone, I guess I will just go for more damage.
Yeah, and if he does go for that area, whenever he hits Rocky with that Q, it would proc the area. So it would provide at least a bit more damage whenever he goes for those trades.
And somehow more protection when it comes to shield. But that comes to allies. But here in the mid lane, it's all about the First Blood, in my opinion. I mean, if you give this LeBlanc a First Blood, you might as well just stay under your turret, because it's all about that heavy snowball play, and it's exciting because we are seeing Lloyd on Lee Sin, and what better champion to offer that great pressure to start than Lee Sin.
Yeah, and I believe Lloyd has stolen the blue buff of Team Anything, but Eyebrows is in the top lane.
Aha, Rocky passing away, but he will be followed by Eyebrows for the fear. That is going to be an easy first blood.
Yeah, and great pathing right there from Eyebrows, noticing that he already lost his blue buff. He actually waited in the wings. He waited at that blast cone to see if Lloyd would be going for the top lane for the counter gap. Then he went in, noticing that probably Lloyd already left. He did get that scuttlecraft, so he went in on Rocky, who was overextended in lane, and Rich going in the bot lane.
Oh, great black shield, but a bit too late. Binding is there to lock down the Lee Sin. Can he go for a piercing arrow snipe? It is out of range. That would be a save for the Jin. Meanwhile, Eyebrows overstays. Rocky with a last hit gives that sweet red buff to Rocky.
Eyebrows give it, and Eyebrows take it away. Eyebrows just gave a kill to Rise.
Not just a kill. The red buff, which is crucial. Oh, the charge did not connect with the knockout. Right now, Aaron is forcing out his flash. He had to use it, otherwise he would give 2 kills to Rocky. Red buff hurts.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty curious what happened right there. I hope to see a replay of how Rocky was able to catch out Eyebrows. But we see here that Rocky right now is still in control of the top lane.
Well, it's nice to see that Aaron is running the nullifying orb to at least deny some magic damage. That was the short thing we heard before. But it's the fact that Aaron, I mean, he really needs to rush something. Maybe an adaptive ammo would be nice, but if you're going for an Ornn, Abyssal Max would be better. That's just me, but seeing how bot lane is being panned out, we were expecting something like this. I mean, pushing in hard from Team Anything.
Yeah, of course, because Team Anything does have the 2 ranged champions on that Morgana and the Jin. And Nixar just taking a lot of damage from that trade.
That's disgusting. Double bind there, guys. I mean, the Morgana, Dark binding, the Jin's binding. Why not have a better time? Why not stay longer in bind so you can enjoy it more? But now, Team Anything, this is the game they're playing, and that's how they're pushing in this way.
Yeah, and you also see G4 taking control of the mid lane early. He actually has lane priority on this Orianna, who usually just has a safe lane, just farms.
True that, but what I'm waiting here is Eyebrows. When is level 6? That's the time you get to have that full value of this Nocturne. But we did see Eyebrows getting the first blood, but in the end giving a kill to Rocky. And now, guys, looks like we're seeing here across the map. Do you see wards of Ascension Gaming? No.
Yeah, there is no wards for Ascension Gaming, and G4 just backed away from the mid lane. At the same time, Ribena and 404 have been shoving that bot lane hard. And it looks like it's just going to be a free Infernal Drake for Team Anything.
That's quite early, guys. I mean, you're talking about a 5-minute and 50-second mark. You may expect 5 elemental drakes total if TAT plays like this here, but looks like Aaron can go for the revenge. Oh, he's respecting the damage from this Rise. Now, quite low on health. Aaron, oh, he does not have his flash, guys, so can he go for something cheeky?
Oh, I'm not sure Rocky would want to go for this play. I think the cooldown's already down, and Nix are getting bided again in the bot lane.
This is a hell of a lane for Nixar here. He has to watch the binding from the Jin, also from the Morgana. And the Alistar can't do anything but just get the abuse. Hey, hang on, what's this? Oh, Lloyd going in for the Gromp. We do see the jungler's gonna meet in the blue side. Aaron is not yet level 6. Okay, he just turned level 6. Can he go for something here?
Yeah, but G4 has the lane priority in mid lane. Is already roaming to the blue side jungle of Team Anything.
The mind games here, guys. Everyone is trying to scout each other out. Eyebrows, spell shield. Yes, it's a bit too early. Sidestep from the bind. Is still alive. Fear will connect to G4. Ignite is ticking. Lloyd will get the free kill here. Forge God Shockwave. That's overkill, but that's gonna be Aaron. Knocked back, locking up the Salbug up in the air, forcing out a flash from G4. And meanwhile, the binding will connect out to Rocky. Round mark will not be enough. Aaron takes the kill.
Yeah, that was an over-aggressive play coming from Ascension Gaming. Team Anything had the numbers advantage 404 just came back from base, immediately pathed to the top lane, hit that binding on Lloyd, essentially having a numbers advantage and getting the 2-4-1 trade in favor of Team Anything.
You gotta love how Team Anything is playing. The same with Ascension. It turns out maybe TAT, Team Anything, can be the ones to contend that second seed spot because you're seeing how day one's progressing, right? We're seeing a trend. We're seeing how powerful TAT is right now here. But look at the flash chain of corruption and headbutt. Pulverize combo. Looks like Nexar will be thanking his support there.
Yeah, and also Nixar with the point blank arrow right there. Woo! The damage. Yeah,
man.
Also the flash chain of corruption from Nixar really set up that kill for them in the bot lane.
I mean, we know that Jin is one of the most immobile ABGCs there. It's not going to be that easy, Rich. I mean, 4-4 is saying it's not going to be that easy, man. I have a black shield. Respect that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think this is the first time that we see Nixar having a really significant lead in the bot lane in the past 3 games that Ascension Gaming has played. And I would think that it was all thanks to Rich early on. He was trading really effectively with 404 and Rebena in the bot lane, which essentially gave Nixar a lot of breathing room to be able to get the farm. At the same time, Lloyd was there early on.
And we're seeing the trends right now. TAT going in for that blue side invade, trying to scout out some vision here. But, oh wait, this is kind of risky here.
Ascension knows that they're there.
They're smelling something here. Nixar, they're not going for a blind check here. Rich says hello. Okay, they know what happened here. Ooh, Rich, that was a close call there. 404 could not find the dark binding.
Yeah, but at the same time, oh,
level 6, it's time. Black Shield in with a flash and bind. What a timing from TAT.
Yeah, and that's a great engage right there coming from Team Anything, noticing immediately that Nixar did not have his flash. He did use it earlier to get the kill on Rebena in the bot lane, and also knowing that Lloyd was probably in the top side. So great kill right there coming from Team Anything.
Man, that was beautiful when it comes to timing wise. It's pinpoint, and not to mention they returned the favor from Nexar solo killing their ADCs to try and slow down this virus. But we are seeing this Infernal Drake gonna be live in 1 minute and 47 seconds. At this point, I was actually waiting if Lloyd will be the one to make this plays. I mean, this guy, I thought he would be the one to snowball the lanes here, honestly. I mean, you're talking about a Lee Sin, can just hop over wards. Who cares about wards? But it's the fact that TAT, they're doing such a good job. I mean, look at that ward play. 2 control wards in the bot lane.
Yeah, and we also see these kinds of plays from Team Anything earlier on against the Resurgence. They were really proactive in the early game. They actually, if you remember earlier, they were really, really ahead, especially their top lane. But they're also actually doing that now. At the same time, Ascension is answering back, which we've been seeing the whole day, that Ascension always answers back the aggression from the other teams. But at the same time, when it comes to the mid game, they would get these leads that would just snowball the game in their favor.
Wow, look at that. Instant pings right there from TAT. 3 control wards to just track, deny the roams from G4, especially Lloyd going over those walls, bypassing the vision. That's nothing. I mean, TAT has that covered.
Yeah, and it's also Team Anything recognizing that G4 is on this LeBlanc, this really mobile champion that can deal a lot of bursts.
That's respect.
Yeah.
And that's the good stuff you want to see here in the game here, man. Control wards being placed by TAT, and this just makes things a bit more tense for Ascension because... Wait a minute, hang on. I'm seeing in the minimap, guys. You should too. I'm seeing Aaron walking slowly, turtling his way towards the lane. Forge God available. Paranoia is up of cooldown. Can they go for something? No. They know that the Infernal Drake will spawn. Let's take away the first turret.
They also know that Nixar does not have his flash right now. So if they can jump on the Varus, they can probably burst him down instantly.
Okay, I'm seeing a teleport ready by Rocky. They can go anytime. It's go time!
Ooh.
Oh, Rich with a 3-man knockout. Forge God coming in. Will it buy enough time? Recast! Aaron misses the Forge God. They have lost control in the bot lane. And Ascension Gaming for the punish.
Yeah, and Ascension with the great punish right there, giving Rocky the triple kill. And it looks like Ascension will turn for this Infernal Drake.
Ooh, man, you did not want that to happen there. I get it, you want the Infernal Drake, but You gotta slow things down here. You gotta respect Ascension Gaming. They're called Kings of the Sea here, 2-0. If they win this, day one goes with 3-0.
Yeah, and also, I get what Team Anything was doing. They were setting up for the siege on the tower. They were trying to get a dive, but you don't do that against a top caliber team like Ascension. They already recognized what was happening. That's why they sprung that trap, and Team Anything just tripped that trap, and they got eaten up by Ascension Gaming.
And now let's check out that juicy replay. Here's the thing, it's go time, but wrong.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, and Rich, that was a super good play, flashing in, getting the triple knock up, and just, if you can see the surround right here coming for Ascension Gaming, it's beautiful to see how they were able to get all these kills, and they actually got 4 kills out of that.
Man, they were trying their best to just, hang on guys, let's not snowball any lanes here.
Yeah.
One mistake later. Okay, this Rice now has triple kill. What are we gonna do? Because I was seeing Aaron, Forge Gun would have slowed things down, but he could not recast it. And the fact that G4 instant melt towards the key members of TAT. Kill score right now is 4-7.
Yeah, also they were trying to control G4. He was 0-0-1 earlier. Now he's 1-0-2. He has a kill in his belt, and it looks like this LeBlanc is poised to take control over the game.
I'm looking at the items of Aaron. He can go for an Abyssal Mask, but I'm also seeing maybe he's thinking of getting a crawl to try and sustain his lane more. Rocky is just abusing this matchup so hard. But now, Ascension Gaming, they have one Infernal Drake. Hang on. Okay, that's a bind. That's good for binding. But guys, look at G4. There's the stasis. Denying in. Shockwave right there. And G4 trying to get away, but with a mid lane trade here. Rebena takes down the Lee Sin. Teleport's coming in. Curtain call. You're not getting anywhere. Oh, with the headbutt. Aaron recast the Forge Gun, and it's Rich denying that recast. Rich just shielding his ADC, buying time at the cost of his life. He's trying to just zone out the members of TAT. Well played by TAT, but Ascension quickly disengaging that fight at the cost of 3 members. A 1-for-3 trade.
Oh!
And it's going to be a snipe.
Yeah, it was a snipe from Nixor right there. Eyebrows didn't even know what hit him, and he got hit by the piercing arrow. Same time getting tower aggro.
Oh my god. Okay, back up, back up. Wait a minute. 2v1. Can he go for it? The binding did not connect. Nixor, great job by slowing them down. Denying the bot lane outer turret. Sniper. Here it comes. Reel it in. Kind of missed the mark there. But now,
so who's springing the trap? Who's trapping who?
Okay, that's gonna be it there. Control war being faced. That was a tight spot to be in. What a suspense there. But Ascension Gaming, we know this team. We saw the trends in our day one. They're the type of team who knows how to treat objectives. And now we're seeing them. Actually, they've always taken the Rift Herald. If we count all the matches for today.
Yeah, they did get all the Rift Heralds, if I remember correctly. And going back to what happened in that bot lane, G4 didn't know that he was sitting on a ward. That ward over there on the left side, hero ward, like right there for Team Anything. And that's why they were able to... It's like they took at what Ascension Gaming did earlier, replicated it in their own way, and sprung the trap on Ascension Gaming.
And looks like Rich is gonna have a... Look at that. 4
G4?
wards and 404. Did not see G4 over that wall. Okay, forcing him out of there. Paranoia is up. Rich will be the one to finish him off. They're going straight for the Alistar. Rich is surviving. He's feared, trying to get away. Can G4 go for some pickups? No! Giving the kill to the Oriana. Lloyd, though, can go over a ward hop, but they will just stop there, clearing out vision.
Yeah, and good answer right there from Team Anything. There's a lot of members here in the bottom, and G4.
That's what you expect from a LeBlanc. You go in, you kill someone, and then you go out. I mean, this is great. You would expect this in the mid game, but come late game, I don't think we're seeing solid tanks from TAT. And again here, we may be seeing a Ascension Gaming going for the Herald play in the mid lane.
Yeah, and if you notice also Zare, he's been going a bit under the radar in this game. He's currently 3-1-1 on. He has that Murkteds, and I think Ascension is going for eyebrows at the moment.
And he does flash away. Great flash away from that pincer attack. So, I mean, we talked about the level 6, right? We talked about taking
Nixar
and get singled out. Easy takes there, but we were talking about this level 6, how we want to see TAT get the most out of it. We have yet to see it. Look at that. I know we are seeing a lot of KP from eyebrows, yes, but at the same time, can they afford more losses? Can they afford more extended fights where they're clearly not the advantage here?
Oh, Rich almost getting caught out by that binding. But yeah, Eyebrows does have a lot of KP along with Sarah. They're both 5 out of 9 kill participation right now for their team along with Ravenna. For a 6 of 9, Lloyd right here is playing pretty cheekily.
Gets rooted down. They will just take away the control ward. Mountain Drake has spawned at the exact moment.
Yeah, and the Nocturne pick is usually banked. Yeah, Nocturne is pretty strong, but he is going the top lane right now.
Aha, great flash away from Rocky. He's fleeing away. Flash and Aaron going for the secure. Pops the shield, trying to deny some time. Trying to buy some time for himself. And Rocky still chucking Aaron down, but that's going to be the cue to finish him off with a shot on gold going to Aaron. Meanwhile, on the Riverside, we're seeing Ascension Gaming going straight for the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, and that was a cross-map play coming from Team Anything because, yeah, Nocturne has that ult. It's like a semi-global in that sense because of the range. But we were talking about earlier how I think this Nocturne pick is crucial to have a lot of items, to have a lot of gold. And right now, he doesn't really have that, and
feels bad. A minion just did Mr. President there, block that binding for Rich. But as of now, guys, we're seeing the Baron gonna be spawning in 36 seconds here. I'm wondering what's gonna happen. I mean, Baron has been exciting for day one, man. But without a doubt, we've seen contests, we've seen steals, we've seen turnarounds at that pit. And now, we'll see the same thing in match 5.
We'll see if Team Anything can do that. And especially Eyebrows with that Nocturne, if they do have vision, he can just ult in. And Rocky finishing that teleport right there.
And going in onto the Nocturne, won't survive. Look at this Alistar aiming for this Orianna, flashing in, locking down Aaron, pushing him back. Ascension will go for the exit kills, and they are trying to chase down every member of TAT. Oh, G4 flashing over the binding, takes down the Orianna, flashing in Lord, going in with a resonating strike, and it will be Rocky picking up the kill. 4 members instantly wiped out. This signals the Baron.
Yeah, and Ascension Gaming with style, getting 4 kills from Team Anything, and they're now trying to secure this Baron, but Ravenna is trying to use his ultimate right now. And G4, you don't have a lot of mana at this point.
Not enough health to work with here. He can't go for an assassin, but at least this is it. Baron buff goes to Ascension Gaming without any contest, and G4 can pay the price. One more step. Ooh, distortions to the washed-up brush. Well played there, but now TAT, they gotta think, what did we do wrong?
All right. Well, I think what they did wrong in the top lane was they really tried to get that tower, and they did. But looking here, Rocky did complete his teleport, but they did not respect the collapse that Ascension Gaming was doing at this point. And there's a really, really good Rise ultimate. This Realm Warp, G4 went in at the last moment. They were able to catch out Zare while he was trying to back away. And G4 just going flashing over that binding. That was sick right there. Securing the kill on Zare. Just look at Lloyd right here. He's just having fun. Ward hopping over 404. And after that, they secured that back.
And it all comes down to how well they play. I mean, you look at Ascension Gaming. They've been using this Rise Realm Warp really, really well. Not to mention Rise Realm Warp, maybe TK's Abyssal Voyage, maybe Ascension Gaming. They're really well in using these tools that require high skill, high coordination with teams. And you expect this from a high caliber team such as Ascension Gaming, which they do have the title of being called Kings of the Sea. And that's what you're seeing right now. They know how to use those tools, and it looks like 2v4, they don't care. 404 gets chunked. Paranoia is there. Blast goes over the wall.
Well, he
Right,
jumped
just going
to someone.
plow. What a great two-man knock up there from Rich, but no one from Ascension is there for the follow-up. And G4 going in onto Aaron, forcing it up for the charge. And the top side, Rocky is pushing the top wave. And for bot lane, Ascension just making things very uncomfortable for TAT. And look at Lloyd taking him down. He still has the Guardian Angel having a second life. G4 going in for the assassinate. Shockwave is not going to happen for you, man. And it's now Ascension Gaming just moaming on the members of TAT. Now they're forcing them out under the inevitable turret. Flash and binding from the Morgana. Rich is quite low. That's going to be the knockup again. Slowing down TAT. G4 backing away with the Alistar. What a great block from the Lee Sin. G4 turning things around. And that's the run more in from Rocky. Trying to finish down Eyebrows. Eyebrows still survives. Leaving behind Aaron. The turret is low. It's time for Ascension to wrap this up in the bot lane. And now they are just looking at the inhibitor, turret, and the bot lane.
Yeah, and that was such a long fight right there from these two teams. Rocky was actually able to secure the top lane turret and inhibitor of Team Anything, while Ascension Gaming just barreled down that bot lane, getting 2 towers in the process.
Oh man, that's what you want to see from Ascension Gaming. I mean, you can talk about Group A. You can say that's a group of death. Yes, because you're talking about Ascension Gaming, the first seed from Thailand, and judging by how they play this day one, I wouldn't be surprised to say that they're gonna make it to semifinals in first seed. I mean, come on. 3-0 in day one. We did say that this puts them in a good spot, but of course, don't lose heart. This is a double round, best of one double round robin. So you can expect maybe some hopes in day two. But seeing how Ascension Gaming, they want to end day one in such a good note, why not finish it out with a 3-0?
Yeah. But I think that's thinking ahead too far.
Too
Anything
fast.
can
Sorry
happen
about that.
on day 3, on the second part of the double round robin of these 4 teams. But right now, I agree, Ascension looks like they are about to finish this game. Woo!
My
Eyebrows.
God, did you see G4 going over the wall? But in the end, it's going to be Nexus just popping it up. Eyebrows at this point, not in a good spot. 167. Okay, he has the dust plate. If he goes in for a team fight, he gets instantly popped. I mean, you go in with the paranoia, then you disappear with the paranoia.
Yeah, and essentially Ascension has this kind of like a pick comp, but at the same time has poke. Like G4 just goes in there, chunks a target down, and Nexar just finishes him off.
Okay, I mean, we're seeing here Ascension Gaming, they are trying to put this in a safe... Okay, they're trying to end the game in a safe manner. Let's take down the mid lane inhibitor. Let's go back, reset. Let's take away this Mountain Drake. Double stack Mountain with Inferno. Why, thank you very much. Let's go for it.
You know, to be honest, I feel like Ascension at this point is just having fun. They're trying to get everything in the map. They're about to get this Mountain Drake, and there's only one inhibitor left for Team Anything.
Man, hands down to G4 in this roster. But at the same time, Lloyd is one of the surprises that we saw. I mean, we know that, okay, shakes up, change and stuff, but he's performing really well. I would say.
But I would say that he performed better on the Trundle pick earlier. And no,
what is this? They don't mind at all. A shutdown towards Lloyd. Wait a minute. It's not yet over till the Nexus is destroyed. TAT, they've just shut down Lloyd. Baron will be live in 1 minute and 45 seconds. But here's the thing. I mean, we're talking about late scaling champion. Orianna into a late game against GeForce LeBlanc. I wouldn't say that's in a fair level of power.
Well, it's because of the difference of these two champions. GeForce LeBlanc right now is more of a single target damage. He really needs to take down one target, while Zare on that Orianna is more of a team fighting champion. So if Ascension would clump up together for those really great shockwaves or 4K ELO shockwaves, then we'll probably see Team Anything turn this game around. But seeing as how Ascension has been positioning themselves in these fights, they've mostly been in like large areas scattered around, not giving Team Anything just one target to burst down, which actually contributes to how Ascension has been winning this game.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of team fight tools here. Forge God, Shockwave, even ways to slow things down. But it's the fact that G4 can just remove it in a blink of an eye. And right now, TAT, I am not seeing any heavy vision here, but I'm seeing an attempt. Oh, Forge God's in. Paranoia is there. He went straight for the Alistar, and the Alistar fights back with a two-man knockup. Lloyd with a Dragon Rage, knocking by the members of TAT. This is gonna look bad. This could be game set, and 404 trying to buy some time with a binding there. Flashing from G4 just pops this Morgana outside of the map, and why not finish out with a teleport play? And this is Ascension Gaming wrapping it up.
Yeah, and only Zare is left to defend Team Anything's base, but it looks like Ascension Gaming will close out the day with a 3-0.
This is gonna be Ascension Gaming, first seed from Thailand, showing what it takes to be called Kings of the Sea. So congratulations to Ascension Gaming for ending their day one with a clean 3-0. Will this continue on to the third day of the group stages? Who knows, but you gotta watch out for that. So going back to that match, your thoughts on that? I would say the fact that there was a lot of timing required by TAT to fully utilize their comp. Not to mention the levels, the level 6, but at the same time, Rise was so oppressive to the Ornn. I mean, you pick Ornn, you really don't win the laning phase.
Yeah.
You really have that team fight tool, the Force Gun, but we haven't seen it that much.
You know, I think it was a really good flex pick from Ascension Gaming. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of games where there's an Ornn in the top lane. He just needs to not die for the first few minutes, gets to level 6, get the Nocturne ahead as well, let the Nocturne get the items, and dive the Rise early on. Because Rise is a pretty squishy champion in the top lane, and he doesn't really have a lot of mobility apart from the flash. So if you are able to gank him early, burn the flash, then go back at level 6, then maybe Team Anything could have gotten control on the top lane. But I think Team Anything's problem or their mistake was on the bot lane when there was a 5-man bot lane clump up for Team Anything trying to secure both the Drake and probably the tower, and they took so long to pull the trigger against Ascension Gaming, and Ascension Gaming already tightened the noose around Team Anything at that point, and when they sprang the trap, it was over for Team Anything.
And that's the reason why for match 5, Ascension Gaming ends their first day with a clean 3-0. And as for TAT, things are still wrapping things up here. We still have one more match to go, so don't go away just yet. We will have a short break, guys. Thank you so much for watching the GCM Group Stages Day 1 of Group A. My name is Vulcan. With me was Crazy Apple on behalf of the Caster Desk and Irina. We thank you so much for watching our stream. It's not yet over, guys. One more match to go. It's gonna be one of the things that normally our viewers are watching out for, which is Minaski's game coming up next. So be sure to tune into that. It's go time! Ooh. Oh, Rich with a 3-man knockout. Forge God coming in. Will it buy enough time? Recast! Aaron misses the Forge God. They have lost control in the bot lane. And Ascension Gaming for the punish.
Yeah, and Ascension with the great punish right there, giving Rocky the triple kill. And it looks like Ascension will turn for this Infernal Drake.
Ooh, man, uses denying it. Shockwave right there. And G4 tried to get away, but it will be a mid-lane trade here. Rebecca takes down the Lee Sin. Teleport's coming in. Curtain call. You're not getting anywhere. Oh, with the headbutt. Aaron recast the Forge God, and it's Rich denying that recast. Rich just shielding his ADC, buying time at the cost of his life. He's trying to just zone out the members of TAT. Well played. Won't survive. Look at this Alistar aiming for this Orianna, flashing in, locking down Aaron, pushing him back. Ascension will go for the exit kills, and they are trying to chase down every member of TAT. Oh, G4 flashing over the binding, takes down the Orianna, flashing in Lord, going in with a resonating strike, and it will be Rocky picking up the kill. 4 members instantly wiped out. And look at Lloyd taking him down. He still has the Guardian Angel having a second life. G4 going in for the assassinate. Shockwave is not gonna happen for you, man. And it's now Ascension Gaming just momming on the members of TAT. Now they're forcing him out under the inner turret. Flash and binding from the Morgana. Rich is quite low. That's going to be the knockup again. Throwing down TAT. G4 backing away with the Alistar. What a great block from the Lee Sin. G4 turning things around. And that's the run in from Rocky. Trying to finish on Eyebrows. Eyebrows still survives. Leaving behind Aaron. The turret is low. It's time for his Sasha to wrap it. Oh, Forge God's in. Rhino is there. He went straight for the Alistar, and the Alistar fights back with a two-man knockup. Lloyd with a Dragon Rage, knocking by the members of TAT. This is gonna look bad. This could be game set. And 404 trying to buy some time with a binding there. Flashing through
And only Zara is left to defend Team Anything Space, but it looks like Ascension Gaming will close out the day with a 3-0.
This is gonna be Ascension Gaming, first C from Thailand, showing what it takes to be called Kings of the Sea. So congratulations to Ascension Gaming for